like Witchblade for early armor. You then get Ags for a lot of damage. You then have the Facet, which is buffing up your Exorcism. You don't mind buying BKB Shivas, which are, you know, specifically the Shivas. Like, you know, a lot of items you buy are good in the meta right now. So
in this game, that means he can remove Laser Blind. He can remove the Sticky Name Palm charges, Gush, Open Wounds. So it's not like it's bad. Oh, actually, Whitemon could be in trouble here.
Whitemon.
Blood Grenade.
Faith Beyond also has to be a bit careful.
Oh.
So does Planet. He's the one that gets first blooded in the end. You see the rotation from BZM to help get the 2 kills in this bot lane.
Just got walked down. DOTA2 just ran into him with the boots.
All the action at once, it seems.
Yep.
And it's 33 and Sox. It looks like they'll be able to shrug off that damage, though.
Yeah, that's the thing about taking the fine arts, is if you're not good at painting, it looks... can get pretty ugly.
Wisdom Shrine time.
Yeah.
Some D-ward action.
All right, DOTA2 actually wants to do this together with Whitemon and Sox, so this is going to break into a bigger fight.
And
nothing to say.
Well, he does not have Exorcism this time, though. And Bach inside the area gets out the Skewer. They have the stun from the Inkswell as Whitemon looks like he's going to tick out first. Who's going to get the actual Wisdom Rune? This is just a full-out team wipe. We're going to have the BZM ult come out as well. 2 dead already for Team Tidebound. And that's going to be nothing to say, dropping as well.
To me, this is one of the absolute biggest strengths of Monkey King mid. I'm not going to say that I necessarily think this is just flat out a first pick Lifestealer patch. This could just be because Tundra are very, very comfortable with it and they have some nice strategies, but it is definitely not something I was expecting going into this tournament.
Wukong's with a double boundless strike. Planet trying to get to the other side. He does so successfully, nothing to say. We'll be able to walk away as well, but the rotation comes in from Y as well as Faith Beyond. But the lasso onto the Magnus.
RP!
He's gonna die first. BZM heals up nicely.
RP literal half a second cooldown when he died. That timing could not have been any better for Tundra.
That's unfortunate. He does now to activate Kraken Shell.
If you activate Kraken Shell and then pick, how fast are you?
That's a great question, Cinderin. Inkswell not going to hit. It's 33. There's the Spirit Siphon. That looks hilarious, actually, the pick pull. And he's eventually going to get cleaned up. It does take 4 members, though, of Team Tidebound.
And a big ult.
But then again, you can see Tundra, a lot of their members were making their way over, so they ended up wasting their time. Sometimes see Armlet afterwards if they're, depending on how fast they want to fight, but he's just free farming, so straight to Radiance he goes.
Yeah, I think that's the obvious choice here when your game is that good.
Boundless strike, and Sox in the area, gets off the Wukong's command along with the lasso. That's 1 dead already, but BZM getting really low, but now he's trying to man fight. It gets nothing to say. He'll win the fight. Double kill for BZM. He even gets out with his life. Shiro couldn't even finish him off. So 2 for nothing. Tundra getting literally everything that they want.
Looking at the other side, both Tinker as well as Batrider doing tons of work. All right, well.
There's the Phantoms of Grace. They actually put the Tide on the cliff in 33. I mean, the question is, can they even kill him as the reinforcements are arriving from Tundra? Soulbind is there. Ravage is going to clip only 1. As 33 eventually is going to die at some point, but no. Getting a defense matrix from the Tinker as Shiro coming into play as well, but DOTA2 in the backline. He's going to get RP'd, looking for the skew out from Faith Beyond into the tower. Finally, they kill the Lifestealer. What is this fight? After all of it, 33 just casually TPs away. It looks like Planet will be the sole kill from Tundra this time, so it's a 1-for-1. Definite favor this time for Tidebound, as 33 is like, that was fine, guys.
If Soxa manages to get this Wisdom, I think they'll be quite happy with the trade overall, though, but that's not going to happen. Bach is covering it. Yes, yeah, you're right. If he doesn't get help, he will get help, though. Jakiro here in the neighborhood. Yeah. Gonna miss the ice. Oh, this is very awkward now. Soxa might win this.
Lasso kill onto Faith Beyond. Well, at least Faith Beyond gets the Shrine of Wisdom.
He got dragged through the Wisdom Shrine by Soxa, so he actually got it. Gabe Newell was tired of getting hit by heat-seeking missiles when he was playing. He was playing Sand King, and he was like, it's unfair that this guy can hit me from outside of my screen.
As annoying as Tinker was, I feel like Defense Matrix is the most annoying.
It's very annoying, too. Oh, nice find on DOTA2.
Macropyre, do they have the damage? Oh, he pops Rage. He's actually going to be able to get away. No. the last right click from Shiro is enough. That was really close, though.
It was. He got a couple of lucky Radiance evasions there against the Morph, but the final hit does connect. If that last attack would have missed, I think he actually...
Tundra still wants to fight, apparently. They're going to get the lasso, but you can see Morphling already got the attribute shift off. Still in the midst of things in this Wukong's command, getting his mana drained thanks to that defusal, and he will tumble in the end. As why...
BZM's not going to let down.
Although 33 and Soxa will team up to make sure that at least the Bat Rider dies as well. So reinforcements eventually arrive for Tundra.
That was Sekiro. You can confuse them, they're both flying.
True.
And they are fire themed, so it's an understandable.
Now BZM on the tree line. And then jump down the Boundless into a single right click is enough to take out Planet.
Uh-oh.
And Faith Beyond surrounded. See the Warp Flare applied. And doesn't have Skewer for another 6 seconds. It's going to be an easy kill again for Tundra. Feels like I don't know what it is about Dyrachyo. When he dies, things go well for his team, historically, right?
Yep.
Roche attempt for Tundra.
I mean, this has to work for Tidebound. Yeah. They're losing way too hard.
Absolutely. RP at its ready. Faith Beyond. He shockwaves first. There's the RP onto 2, but the Ravage goes off thanks to the Kraken Shell eventually activating. Infest into the Tidehunter. He's going to be fine. Whitemon, not so much. Big Wukong's command as the lasso connects on the Death Prophet. Nothing to say is already dead, as Planet's going to be cleaned up very shortly, although the Ice Path is going to delay things, as Roshan making his way to the other side. BZM being pursued by Shiro. Turn it to the Lifestealer, so he gets that rage. Can't catch up to BZM, though. And now he's completely surrounded. One shockwave from afar from Faith Beyond. Ice Path, not going to do too much here, as everyone's trying to reset a bit as Faith Beyond. Going to get the Open Wounds activated on him. And they're actually going to get a beautiful Inkswell onto 2 into the Ice Path as well. 33 finally dies as Dyrachyo, all he can do is try to rage and run away. No infest for quite a while. And Team Tidebound, can they get any more out of this? Not going to connect on the nuke there as BZM still on the tree line.
This is a little bit awkward.
Really low, but he's now in the south. As the Boundless Strike deletes Planet.
Bonk.
There's actually a shield rune down there as well, so...
This is a big one for NTS if this does break out into a fight, but I don't know if Tidebound can go for this.
Yeah, they have a...
They're going to try.
He is quite low, though.
Yeah. Pat in the neighborhood.
Soxa and BZM on their way over with the Infest target as well. The Boundless Strike, Dyrachyo kills a Lock, takes the Aegis, takes Roach as well. Why not? Shiro drops to BZM's right click. That is a disaster for Team Tidebound. Nothing to say, trying to run away. He's going to get blocked and will be destroyed as well. Very pathetically, I might add. Dyrachyo level 14 now with the Aegis.
But I have to say, I kind of like the Death Prophet angle. It just hasn't really worked the way they were hoping for.
Oh no. The neutral's not really helping out Faith Beyond in this instance.
Well, it did make Soxa lasso the creep.
I mean, he's just, that's a taunt.
I think he was...
Knowing Soxa, you know, Dyrachyo did end up going for the armlet, by the way.
Oh, see you later, Planet.
And that is sad death for a support.
Yep.
No escape mechanism as BZM will show himself to nothing to say. Has the Boundless Strike. Has the Manta even just to take off the silence. And his scoreline continuing to increase. 17-0-4.
And it means if you are picking this hero and you lose the early mid game, honestly, it's just not the hero that's going to bring you back.
Yeah. As Dyrachyo wants to take out Planet again. Well,
he is. How far can you go? Well, if Dyrachyo dies, it's good, right? That's usually how it works.
AVULUS to cancel the combo. They're going to even use Ravage for Faith Beyond. He gets the RP onto 2. Nice silence to follow, actually. That's a lot of damage. That's the Aegis down, and 33 is going to get cleaned up in addition. Do they have the tools to take out Dyrachyo a second time? Lasso on a nothing to say instead, as Dyrachyo attempting to right click. He's going to be able to get out, though. They infest onto Soxa as they try to retreat, but the Boundless Strike into Whitemon apparently getting the kill with the laser, I believe.
I think he died to getting stunned in the middle of the march. That was very, very close, but yeah.
Well, Bach trying to make something happen here with the skewers, but they are just so far behind. 24K net worth deficit at this stage. Dyrachyo does have to be a bit careful, though. He does not have Aegis any longer. And BZM, he's going to use the Wukong's command just for Shiro. And he's got that mana burn at his disposal, and that is going to be enough for his 18th kill of the game. But he gets skewered into the fountain. This is going to be worth a lot of gold, but of course Tinker is there. Tinker Stinker at the rescue. And it looks like this will be a lane of racks at the very least.
Yeah, Tundra heard we were a little bit behind schedule today.
Yeah.
So they decided, all right, well, if today's average game time is like an hour, how about we do it in 25?
Dyrachyo. He's going to get off the open wounds, and Bach will fall. And the rest of Team Tidebound will likely follow suit. The Macropire place, nothing to say.
Yeah.
Drops to the deck. And expecting the GG's out very shortly.
It's over.
BZM into the fountain again.
This time he's far enough.
Surely he buys a Ghost Scepter to stay alive.
No.
Oh my God, he is just styling on them.
It's tough out there.
That's one way to put it. That's 33. Gets the shard placement onto the hero. You're not going anywhere. Wukong's command to follow. There's the RP onto 2. They're able to take out Soxa pretty swiftly, but is that all they can get? BZM is infested. He is basically invulnerable, and his damage is just out of this world. He's going to be fountain farming at this point as GG's come out. And I don't believe he's going to die here, Cinder, because the Ghost Scepter activated again. 23-0.
He almost had a kill per minute.
Jesus.
23-0 in 27 minutes. I mean,
the last time that we cast Dyrachyo?
Having to deal with
23-0 on
yes.
That's not okay.
In 27 minutes, and reminding you that Monkey King was not overall last pick.
It used to work the other way around, where like Tide would counter Shaman because you couldn't chain stun him, but now it's the opposite because he has a break at level 15.
What are we thinking about the Nature's Prophet as a 4?
I will make that bet as well, that he will not have 20 kills this game, Cinderin. That was quite the showing.
I would be happy to be wrong about that.
Shiro, he's going to get slowed up and blocked now by 33.
Oh, nice body blocks.
Yep, this is looking like first blood. The question is who takes it? They're going to try to give it to Dyrachyo, I assume, or even 33, but it goes to Whitemon instead.
Yep. Might actually very much work against TS. I think he just lost 2 CS from orbing there.
Soxa was getting gone on. All he can do is shackle now. There's the chicken fingers, but he will eventually fall. As top lane was the Fatal Bonds activated there as, yeah, it looks like Bach will be taking a tumble. Although he has the Fairy Fire to stay alive, but they have the vision and they have the control. Dyrachyo will take out Faith Beyond.
PGL Warlock is such a strong lane in my opinion.
Right now, because he was just nerfed in the last patch, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he lost armor.
Dyrachyo. He's actually going to get aggressive here. Blood Grenade onto 2 from Whitemon. The Sprout instantly dealt with by Dyrachyo. He's going to get off the Stifling Dagger. Planet, another right click from Whitemon. He's going to pop the Fairy Fight to survive. Dyrachyo blinks to the other side, but a Gush takes him out. Faith Beyond finally getting some revenge.
But they don't have many resources. So sure, you've got this double bracer Tide, but this is what's going to happen to him.
Yeah, he gets the Anchor Smash off, but is it going to be enough? The Sprout to delay things again. Dyrachyo has to actually be careful.
Really tanking the tower.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Going to stay alive just barely.
Whitemon's turn to
he wants to finish everything off here.
What is it about this top lane and heroes having 0 health?
He's sprouted under the tower. He's going to get 1 kill. And
he has a fairy.
Surely
he's going to live.
Okay. No, he is not going to live. Nice
that was
jinx
close.
Again, Cinderin.
That was, in my defense, he got overkilled by very little, okay?
Yeah. The 2 players that we're mentioning, Cinderin, which is Dyrachyo and BZM, the last teams they were on, they were kind of blamed in some ways for the troubles that they had as Faith Beyond getting gone on again. He's still such low HP, but that Kraken Shell doing a lot of work.
Anchor
Smash as well, making it a little harder for Dyrachyo, but they do find the kill eventually.
Oh, Planet had teleported mid, so he wasn't able to connect and help out the Tide. I see why that was such a big problem.
I'm seeing that now, the struggle. I mean, they're still good, of course, but they're not on the same level that they were as bottom lane. They have the Ice Path to set up. The Avalanche, as 33 is going to use his Primal Roar to try to run away.
Oh, there's a Prophet coming in.
Yeah, Planet comes in with the Sprout does
pretty
not
poorly
block,
placed.
but they might get it anyway. No, the Fissure blocking. Do they have the tree finally thrown? And now the chaotic offering coming in, hitting 3 heroes. And this is disaster for Tidebound. 3 dead. Yikes.
And actually, if that Sprout is placed a little bit better, I think the kill Beastmaster 2 seconds faster.
And of course, BZM off of the line here for the moment, pressuring the tower a bit with the Treant as well.
That's the one upside here for the side of Tidebound is how much damage they've done to this tower. All right.
Immediately broken into the ice path. And he's going to get cleaned up eventually. Soxa comes up with a nice Hex just at the right time, though. The Fissure not enough to keep out or keep the Earthshaker alive. There's nothing to say. Looking to kill off Soxa as well with the help of Shiro and company. So nice couple kills there for Tidebound.
Yeah, they get the mid tower too.
Meanwhile, Ravage into Anchor Smash, another kill the way of Tidebound. So they're showing a lot of life now all of a sudden.
Yeah, this is so much better than in game number 1. They take the mid tower minute 9, taking advantage of Shaker's rotation to bot that Puck didn't participate in.
Nothing to say.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be the hero to watch here is Puck plus Prophet having really strong global plays. As soon as the Witchblade comes in, Puck usually a hero that can get most heroes very low, but not necessarily kill them off.
Yeah, first Serpent Words of the game onto Bach. He is trapped, and he is dead. But the Golem coming out as well to try to dissuade the rest of Team Tidebound to fight this out as Whitemon gets deleted. So 1 for 1 to start things out. Nothing to say, getting pursued now by Dyrachyo. Shiro with the toss-up. Looks like Sox is going to take a tumble. But the big crit from Dyrachyo will take out poor Nothing to Say. That's 2 cores dead for Team Tidebound.
That's a pretty costly coil. The fact that he throws the coil on the Warlock kill and it didn't even hit him, he killed him so fast, he underestimated just how easy that kill was going to be. Looks like a 13.5 minutes Treads BF with Corrosion. Not too shabby.
Planet showing himself. That's what they'll go for. Echo Slam with the full creep wave as well. Why not? But on the other side, 33, a much more valuable kill will go the way of Team Tidebound. He gets off the roar, but to no avail.
This is a very, very pivotal moment. If this fails and BZM gets to get off his stuff, it could be a big problem.
He's silenced to start things out. Shiro, he's going to get Hex, though. The coil is there, and there is the chaotic offering onto the 2 backliners with the shackle to follow. BZM has a Spirit Vessel applied. He will fall first. Shiro stuck inside the wards. Here comes the Ravage, though, from Faith Beyond as 33 does get off the roar. Finally, is Dyrachyo looking to clean up Shiro, but there's the Ice Pass with a huge Anchor Smash from Faith Beyond. 2 dead for Tundra. And the PA looks to be next, apparently. Nope. Will Phantom Strike to the creep wave. He'll be able to get away. How much chase potential does Tidebound have right now? He'll eventually get Sox, although he goes to the left, uses the Glimmer Cape as well as Planet dies. But there's the Avatos from Shiro. Dyrachyo still alive with a Shadow Word, but finally ticks out. And now Whitemon on the run. No more stuns to work with, but Team Tidebound come out on top of that fight.
Yeah, that move had to work, and it did. Just holding on to, because he already had the Ogre Axe, it feels weird to not finish the Sange first, but you see almost exclusively finishing Yasha first when you're going Sange and Yasha. Sange is just kind of a weird item nowadays. It doesn't feel particularly great.
An early shard here for Faith Beyond. Uses it onto the Beastmaster, 33. Whitemon is in the area. He's going to get off the roar, and looks like he'll just run away. So you have to be careful because Roche is coming down the pit. Down the river he comes. They're going to focus on Whitemon instead. A little bit easier kill this time of the game. Whitemon, okay. Chaotic offering. It does fall shortly after. Now the coil, it's only going to be on the PA, but that would be a huge kill for Team Tidebound. Gets off the Glimmer. There's the Ravage to follow. Do they have the damage? Toss-up is enough, and now 33 left to his own devices drops as well. 3 for nothing. And even Soxa, he actually places his wards to try to get a cheeky kill. He's just going to get himself killed instead, but the chicken fingers, no.
Yeah, that felt like Dyrachyo was trying to bait a fight so that he could set up his other heroes for success, but overestimated his tankiness with the Glimmer and Sanji.
They need to do something.
Yes, Gualang or Battle Fury, so generally unimportant.
Yep, he has Fan of Knives, so he can break Faith Beyond, so this could be a little surprise factor.
He's still a tough kill, though, but he's going to get the jump anyway.
The water onto 33. He gets off the roar onto the Puck. Is there any follow-up? No. Absolutely not. 33 is sacrificed instead.
Yeah. That's the right
call.
For
a minute. No buyback.
They can't help him. If they go in and try to help against that roar, there's a Ravage waiting for them.
Pretty hard as we have another smoke for Tundra. I think they have to push the envelope here.
It's difficult to find the
Have
angle,
to
though.
try to initiate.
Tide would have buyback TP.
Echo Slam onto 2, but the Ravage comes out thanks to the Kraken Shell again. A huge anchor smash to follow as Dyrachyo trying to take out the Titan. There's going to be a lot of damage. Finally takes him out. That is a buyback, though, from Faith Beyond. They've already lost 2 on Tundra, and now the Roar to follow, but Dyrachyo stuck inside the trees. That's 3 dead. 33 again left all alone. And honestly, this might just do it, and GG is called.
Damn.
And we're going to a game number 3 for the 3rd time today.
Yeah, if you had lost all faith in Tidebound after that game 1 absolute smackdown, well, they turn it around and
Can they do it?
But can they keep it up? Only 5 minutes slower. That was a 32-minute game from them.
So, like, 8K gold lead's not insurmountable at, like, 32 minutes by any means. Like, we've seen that happen a ton of times. But when you're down 2 racks, like, this is a problem.
Yeah, I think it's really nice to hear that all the problems we pointed out, Medusa.
Okay, well, that's...
yeah, that's like the better version.
That's the Doom counter. Yeah, I mean, you do Medusa. Like, oh, no, I can't heal. Well, guess what? Her health is mana, so it doesn't matter.
But Dyrachyo, like you mentioned in the pre-show, does do the Halberd rush on the Void.
Yeah, and actually, I remember when Medusa first got changed to have the mana shield the way it is now, people were picking, I think it was Betboom at the time, were picking Faceless Void.
I'm not sure. I think
that was expected.
the pro definitely outweighs the con there on that ability, but there are some game states where it sucks having to pay extra and maybe you actually miss the opportunity to buy back, but I don't know if it's some... I feel like I don't really notice it very much.
My goodness,
yeah.
He is burning to a crisp. Soxa gets the first blood as a result.
In that case, it didn't even matter. He could just only target the Magnus, and that's good enough for his lifesteal in that situation.
Planet is going to get the Sprout onto Whitemon, and that's going to lead to a kill here in the bot lane as Bach is time dilated. One of the more annoying spells for a Bristleback to deal with, but...
He's got a stick now. But I think with some good foresight from Shiro, maybe he can protect himself against that with Stone Gaze for the move speed and just try to get out. That is contingent on not being doomed, though. There's a lot of maybes there.
They're aggressing onto Faith Beyond.
Oh,
he's living
Dyrachyo,
through it.
hello.
Dyrachyo is the one that dies instead.
Wait, did he not have Time Walk
Was
ready?
stuck inside of that Sprout for quite a while. He had Quelling Blade as well.
He must have not had Time Walk ready because he would have Time Walked there, but he must have come off cooldown right after he died.
Yep,
Both teams are none the wiser or equally wiser, you might say.
Now the dive of the Tier 1 tower, Dyrachyo is going to get some help with the Flame Break. Even BZM coming in with an early Wukong's command is going to reroute Faith Beyond, who just ends up dying now. But there's the RP into the skewer under the Tier 2 tower. That's a trade that you'll take every day of the week if you are on the side of Team Tidebound.
And he was like, wow, this is incredibly awful. And then he bought Swift Blink and it didn't work.
Well, as the observers are showing, it's good against Timeza.
Yeah, that's true.
That's one of the few
true.
usage. Okay. Starting to stack up those sticky goos onto Dyrachyo. And this Tier 1 tower is likely just going to have to give it up. But he's going to be greeted by Innocence on the Mirana.
It's pretty slow.
Dyrachyo. Now Shockwave in.
And
There's the
he's cooked.
Gorgon. Grasp will hit. And down goes the Void a second time as Shiro will get the last hit.
And this isn't even going to cost them the bot tower either for Tidebound. They could TP down here and hold this. It's up to 80% health. The Void is dead and level 5 Doom with all the heroes. But they kind of, at the same time, probably have to open this up to progress the map. But in the meantime, Tidebound pushing mid at much higher pace with the Greater Treant.
Whoa, Wukong's command
force out
into a
Wukong's.
double balanced strike, but I don't think they're going to get anything else out of this.
Not really.
Oh, Sprout RP's
he
being
better
used
not die
instead.
for
The
it, though.
skewer back to the Tier 1. He's going to kill a courier
the arrow!
as the arrow will hit from downtown. Planet will get the last hit on the Nature's Prophet. A big turnaround here for Team Tidebound as Tundra looking a bit vulnerable, both in Game 2 and the beginning of this Game number 3. TP coming in the form of 33. He's going to get the first Doom of the game, this time onto the Magnus, as Whitemon's eventually going to be run down. And the Magnus will follow suit as Planet attempting to TP out. He does get out of dodge. So in terms of this little mini engagement so far, a 1-for-1. Flame Break from Soxa.
Big
Atheon
damage.
is very healthy. He does not mind diving right now. The arrow connects with the Starstorm to follow, but I guess they're not going to dive the Tier 2 entirely, despite...
But they do get the Bristle there by flat out overwhelming him with spells. 33 will get spotted down here by Planet. Let's see if this turns into anything. Scorched Earth is dropping quite low. There's
Sprout.
Oh, he doesn't have a Quelling
He
Blade.
does not.
Oh.
He's going to take a lot of damage as a result. Nice blocking into the skewer from Nothing to Say.
Uh-oh.
33 is going to be greeted by the Captain's Draft 2.0 mount, Marana. Shout out to the guys that ran that tournament.
Yeah,
Classic.
Man, that was such a great tournament. Ever let TOs have that amount of a successful
That's
tournament
right.
ever again. RP mid into Arrow.
Arrow to follow Starstorm as well. BZM destroyed for a third time this game. Boy, this is starting to spiral out of control.
It's looking good for Tidebound, for sure.
Absolutely.
2K lead against Doom with Max Devour. And now they might even get Whitemon too with a skewer.
Cancel the TP.
He's healing alive.
Gonna try for it again. This might be a bait as Soxa comes in from the north, gets the lasso. Nothing to Say is dead. Whitemon, is he actually going to get out of this? It's really close.
God,
he does, and they kill Bach as well. A 2 for Nada. Shut up, Jenkins.
Excellent $5 voice line there from Jenkins. A true value purchase over Slax's 25 from this year's TI. Doom going on to Marana. And that's okay. That's a couple of quick kills for Tundra. Man,
Right, just like that, it's turned around.
I mean, Whitemon totally clutching it there. Perfect spell casting. It also allows them to kite out the halberds, so they have double value in that sense. But it's going to become some really strange fights, right?
There's the lasso into the time zone. Planet's on the other side. Gets off his Wrath of Nature, doing a considerable amount of damage, and Faith Beyond is just fine. They disarm him after the fact. He wasn't even attacking anybody. Dyrachyo just wanted to show everybody that he bought that item on a position 1 Faceless Void. Dyrachyo and company. Okay. Well, they lose Soxa right now. Boundless Strike BZM. He uses the ult, uses the inhibitor on the Planet.
Okay.
Not able to get out of the ring, so ends up being a 1-for-1.
That was actually a very cool play from BZM. I thought that was going to fail. That was some true limit testing there with the Wukong's command, just barely able to keep him inside the ring with the defusal and get the counterplay going. But I think that was a great example. That was the perfect illustration of what we're talking about.
Gone on again, but there's the RP to follow. They have the damage. Skewer to finish the job. Nicely done. Faith Beyond, it feels like the whole game has been on 20% HP. Doing so much work on that bristle.
Yep.
Well, you'd like to have more farm too, though. You know, in a perfect
he has high impact per gold.
Okay.
And that is a good look.
Soxa arrowed inside the Sprout.
He will get cooked.
Down he goes. Nothing to Say. Being pursued.
Just out of
attempted TP.
Oh, the first hit bash.
Gotta love it. Pay to win cosmetics. Welcome to Dota 2. That's a lot of particle effects.
That's
Not
right.
confusing at all. That is.
He is glowing.
33 pops the dust, finds Planet as the drums are popped. Looks like he'll find the distance for now. Although Bach has made his way over, has the hairball. Now starting to apply these sticky. Well.
This is
actually
an
going to get
awkward
applied.
sandwich.
BZM coming in from the south, has his ult available, will use it, mostly a zoning ult, because the rest of Team Tidebound are on the southern side of this. And Faith Beyond will fall.
Bach to base he goes.
Good one.
Yep.
Soxa onto the high ground, giving nice vision. Boundless Strike from BZM, there's the lasso, but Soxa just dies.
Okay, Bach to base he goes.
Well, it just gets better. You should keep using that for every kill we get here.
Bach to Bach kills. Uh-oh. Planet.
Time zone, and he does not have the boots of bearing.
That's a good arrow.
Yet. Arrow does hit. Does he have the time? Oh, he does. We'll be able to backtrack most of the damage as a result. Stone Gaze going to be used to help the rest of his teammates get away, but, I mean, the number is advantaged on the side of Tundra right now.
Honestly, this is a really cool game to watch because these lineups by nature are very different from a lot of games we've seen. Like, it's just, it's creative. Get in a position to push. So it's Tundra that are going to make the smoke invasion play here. Not going to find anything to start, but maybe.
33, he's going to jump in with that Shivas. It does clip Planet, who uses the boots of bearing. Whitemon there with the Shrink Ray. Here comes the rest of Tundra, though. Nature's Prophet still somehow alive. Finally will drop in Dyrachyo place. There's a big RP coming in, though, on a several hills, but the immediate lasso upon the Magnus, and now Bach in a lot of trouble on the outskirts of this Wukong's command. Shiro somehow gets out thanks to his ult, but already 3 are dead. The Aegis still in tow, but Shiro's going to die once, and he's going to be completely surrounded. Even the Doom applied to the Mirana might even tick away in the fountain itself. And some way, somehow, Tundra are going to get a full team wipe here. Shiro drained of all mana, drained of all HP. And Tundra suddenly in a massive, massive lead in this game.
Damn, they just get the freest jump ever by opening on the Prophet. This was help a buddy syndrome. They could have sold their Prophet and called it a day, but they TP'd in one by one, except Medusa was super late. And they have the Nullfire on box, so that allows them to remove the defense matrix and really stick onto targets. Also the Ghost as well as Force Staff.
Skewer.
Okay, this would be a start.
They have the lockdown for Duracho, but no! He gets the time walk off in time! What? Oh my goodness, 33 now with free reign available. We'll use the Halberd onto the Medusa. Able to find the distance though. Looks like the one they'll catch is Planet. As Duracho and company trying to take out the Medusa. There's the Doom, there's the lasso. And this is likely to be the beginning of the end, as Y just continuing to get lasered over and over and over. The shrink rate continues. Down goes Shiro. Nothing to say. Gets a nice skewer onto 33, but the Boundless Strike, and here comes BZM to try to finish off everybody else. The only remaining member is Faith Beyond, but not for long. And the question is, how many buildings will Tundra get in this time span?
I need to see a replay of that RP. I think it's not possible to miss it by any less than that. Duracho must have last.
Yeah, why not? That's how this time zone started, and now pros are picking it, Cinder, and it only took 20 buffs over 20 patches. And in the high ground attempt we go. Time walk, time lock. And back into the building, hitting.
Oh, nice Manta reaction.
Trying to go for the lasso, use the ghost up. There's the RP #1.
Missed again.
Time zone is huge. And they take out Magnus. The second RP completely wasted. Well, no, he still has the second RP, Cinderin. So the refresher, after being respawned now, is Duracho. Again, you don't want to focus all your efforts on him because he has the Aegis. Bach, super low HP, time locked to death. We'll have to buy back this time, certainly. As the mid lane is Tundra's. And now onto the bottom lane they go. So got plenty of time. They got to get a good RP this time, for sure. Duracho is going to get arrowed, but there's the laser onto several heroes. He's going to get skewered back, close to the fountain, but not close enough as the lasso right now onto the Medusa, but the Wukong's command doing absolute work as GG is called even before all the heroes fall. As Tundra dominate this game, they end it with a 52K lead. Gracious.
And they flat out, they beat them with geometry. They absolutely smacked them down. They put a square on them, then they put a circle on them, and then Tinker did some sort of trigonometry with the laser. And they, Tidebound, they skipped math class, and that's just not the way you win against the strategy.
Yeah, they're going, that's kind of NA style, I feel like, not Chinese. It's really, really confusing.
And for a long time, he was hallmarked as the best position 5 player. And then a couple of years ago, Whitemon comes along, and he now holds that title. I think many people would confirm that. And he is able to beat Y. I don't know. I just feel that that's kind of poetic.
I mean, I feel like deserve is a strong word. But at some point in his career, I do think Whitemon does deserve to win a TI.
Yeah. It's a big word to use because there could otherwise be a lot of people that quote-unquote deserve it. But
I guess the other thing could be it feels like it's going to be inevitable.